Welcome, everybody, to the BEL podcast. I'm joined today with a returning guest, our friend Katerina Nicole, who just released her second single off her hard rock metal
Third
screaming
single.
third single. Did I miss one?
Yeah, there's three. Catch My Breath, Darkling, and now what
Right,
I
right, right. See, this is why I have to have you here. And oh man, I'm gonna have to correct that in my reaction video too. Hot damn, my bad. Well, welcome. Glad you're
think.
here.
Yeah, I could feel like it's been a while, even though it's only been a couple months.
Couple months, yeah. But to be fair, I was in Kelowna and I didn't tell anyone I was in Kelowna, so that was on me.
Oh,
Yeah,
I would
I know.
love to meet up. Okay,
Yeah.
next time.
So how's it feel? This is well, you had a music video for Darkling now that I'm thinking about it, but this is like a real intense music video. How's that feel for you?
Yeah, with Darkling, we just kind of did a visualizer. I had Kevin Moore take some content shots and with a little bit of singing in there, but this is the real deal. This was a full-on music video for what I know now, and I loved every second of it.
No, I love that. What was the concept behind it? Like how did that come to be and what was that process like for you?
It was a lot to take in because we flew to Long Island, New York, and I've never worked with Black Wolf or Tom Flynn before. And so, I just kind of dove in and just kind of like had my eyes and ears open, and the whole crew was just so on the ball. They were so organized, so kind, so fun right from the get-go. So it made me feel really comfortable. And then I got into the first scene, which was laying in a chair for like 2.5, 3 hours.
I thought they were gonna like tattoo you or something with like the saran wrap around your arms. It looked like you were like healing tattoos or something.
Yeah, it got cold after a while, and I was like, if you can see in that scene that my eyes are closed. So, I'm lip syncing with my eyes closed and like kind of sleep singing, and meanwhile, I've got my doctors in the scenes with me. They're doing their thing, but I couldn't see what was going on with when it was action because my eyes were closed.
Of course.
But it was really fun. So I'd after they'd say cut, I'd be like, okay, I want to see that scene. I need to know what just happened.
I got you. And so was that a concept that you had put together and kind of dreamt of, or is that something that the film crew came to you with?
Yeah, the film crew came to me with this concept. Alex Kuvatsos from Black Wolf Imaging and Tom Flynn. Tom Flynn was directing, and they just had a vision. They knew exactly what they wanted. So it was great to just show up and be like, okay, what do you want me to do?
Where do I go?
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And then, I felt like it fit the mood of the song very well because it's kind of like a ballad with a breakdown, which I thought was fantastic. And but it's kind of got that like eerie kind of feel to it already. And then like the cinematography that they gave for the actual footage was like super eerie and kind of terrifying too. So I think they, hit that one out of the park.
I know it got really intense during the breakdown with the abyss scene. I was in I had like this huge tarp inside the studio, and they were filling it with a bunch of water. And so I had to get in soaking wet, and then I'm just entangled in all these cords, and they're yanking on them. So like I got choked a few times, and Kevin was just like throwing more and more water on me, so I was choking at the same time. And um, yeah, and you know what? They were being really nice because they were going to the bathroom to get hot water at first, but by the time I got in there, it was freezing. So it was like such an adrenaline rush to do.
Because that's New York. And like, when did you guys film that in December?
November.
November? Terrible month.
Those spaces, they don't heat up. Like
Of course not. Of course not. Have you been to New York before?
I have, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you felt like at home at least a little bit?
Um, it's a whole new world. Like it's so interesting in New York. But it was my first time in Long Island, and that was like a really cool feel. And we filmed it in Amityville, so I already had this like idea in my mind. It was gonna be creepy, and of course, like in November, like it was very cinematic where they had all the orange leaves going through the roads and stuff, and it was like super fall American.
So and then you were on a beach in one of the scenes too. Was that like a beach in Long Island too, or?
That was in Port Jefferson.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and it just so happened that it was basically sandstorming. And for the scene, they wanted to create a desert with that kind of look of me struggling. Well, hell, I had I had sand in every face hole for a while.
So there's no acting involved. That was just Katerina trying to survive, eh?
And again, our director Kevin Moore, he was there and he's tossing more sand in my face, and I'm like,
Listen, Kevin. Listen, Kevin. We're gonna have to have a conversation about this.
loved it. Yeah.
He's such a solid dude, though, eh?
I honestly, I don't know what I would have done without him. He also really helped with my costume. So in the chair, I've got this like headpiece on, and Kevin knew exactly how to execute that. Like we showed up that morning with nothing made. So Kevin was like, I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna go do this. So the pieces on the side with the black tubing, he went to a pet store and they're actually the things that go inside fish tanks. Like who would
Oh,
even think of that, you know?
I'd have never ever.
So he just like he nailed it and he made sure I just looked great in every shot. Yeah, it was so nice having him there.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Okay, so in your words, my hair is sticking out of my hat. Don't mind me, people. I'm a mess today. In your words, tell me about the story that is like being told, and you can do the song or the video or both if they're like commingle or whatever. But talk to me about like what the song meant to you, what you wrote it about.
So what I know now is such a special song to me, but also to Jordan Chase, my producer. So the first day we started writing that song, we both had this feeling of melancholy and just like a feeling of like where you just disassociate or like from your true self. And I was having all of these thoughts of wow, I pushed music away so many times in my life, even though it was always there for me. And I thought that I had to be or do something else with career or, how I'm spending my time because maybe what I have to say or sing about isn't worthy or good enough for other people to take in or listen to. I don't know. So as those feelings progressed, Jordan ended up writing the whole song in like 30 minutes that night after we had left the studio. And he presented it to me and I was just like, that's exactly to a T how I'm feeling. Like there's nothing that I changed about his lyrics because they resonated so much with me and they're just beautiful. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I
It's-
get choked up because that's actually like our favorite song on the EP, and it's the most fun one to perform too. Like it's so great.
Oh, I bet. Because like not only does it have great riffs and the drummer gets to kind of like flex in that like kind of pocket, that halftime pocket, but like it's a hell of a vocal that you put on that one too.
Yeah, I definitely have to have full voice, full chest voice in the chorus.
Be able to let that one out, eh?
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool, like, because you've spoken very highly of Jordan, and obviously I know Jordan too. He's a great dude. But it's cool when like you can align on a particular feeling, like not just vibes and not just like we get along in the studio, but like you have this conversation or you have this experience that you want to get out, and then it's like he can give you something, and it's just like, yes, this is it. Like that's a really cool thing, right?
It's a special thing. I don't think it happens nearly as much as we think it might. To me it's very rare. That's why I think Jordan and I work so great together. But I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling of not being worthy enough of what you really want. And so music always kept coming back for me. And I know for Jordan, he wanted to produce. And at some moments, he's not going to think that he's the best or, whatever it may be. But we're good enough to do what we want to do. We really are. We all have our talents and there's something special about all of us.
Oh, totally. And I truly believe that for anyone that's like watching this at home, like I think everyone has a story, whether you're willing to talk about it or tell it publicly or not. But like we all go through those things, and we all struggle with maybe not feeling like we're enough or feeling like what we're doing isn't enough, right? And to have something like music is kind of like a blessing to be able to fall back on because music will always be there for you, no matter what. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just is.
Yep.
Like I had to do a few interviews earlier, and a couple of the questions were like, um, what are your favorite songs like that you have like from when you're a kid? And I was like, I got so excited because like there's things that I connected with, during my adolescence that got me through some hard times, or whatever it was, my crazy times, and you just think about it, you're like, yeah, it was there for me at that time.
Yep. And then so see, my initial, I'll just like admit this to you, but my initial thought was that this was maybe like breaking free of the situation that you and I talked about in our last like podcast or talk together. And so it's interesting to hear that like it's bigger than that. It's like this constant love and appreciation that you've refound for music, right? Am I kind of getting that then?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's beautiful. That's
And for
beautiful.
yourself, not just music, but for yourself, like finding things you like about yourself and that you want to show, and you're not afraid to be that.
I got you. I got
Yeah.
you. Um, so, oh man, I'm gonna take this to a place. So, I am very vocal about this, but like I battled with depression for a long time and overthinking and thinking that, like, constantly ruminating on me feeling like I'm not enough or what I'm doing isn't right and blah 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 blah. And now that I'm like pretty comfortably on the other side of that, like I have my weak moments, I have my bad days, like I think a lot of us do. But it's like it's such a weird thing because when I was in the thick of it, I thought I would just have that forever. Like I thought it would like always be a scar in my person. But today, like I'm very smiley. I'm very excited to do the thing I'm doing. Whether it's working or not is another conversation. But like I don't beat myself up for it. Have you found yourself to be like on that side of the wall now?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I'm a lot more accepting of myself, and easier going on myself, and just let things happen, and have those good and the bad days.
I got you. And does releasing music to the world help you with that? And if so, can you talk about that for a moment? What that feels like?
I mean, today is so exciting. It was like I don't know. I was a whole vibe this morning. Just like I was actually up till 1:30, like prepping everything. Because the song's actually released a bit earlier on iTunes um and Spotify before the YouTube. So I was like already on it last night. But even today, I'm just like I'm ecstatic, and like to share that excitement with everybody else that loves the song is so much fun. Yeah, it's such a great day for me.
No, I'm so glad to hear. And you can see it in like your energy. Like you're just like lit up and yeah, I don't
Hair was
know.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
And so now you're back in the Okanagan, right?
I am, yeah, and I plan to be here a lot more.
Yeah.
And see where things take me. I just want to perform now. So yeah, we've got our EP release show February 22nd.
Yeah. At the Crown and Thieves in Kelowna, British Columbia,
Yeah.
right? West
Must be-
Kelowna.
Yeah, West Kelowna.
Yeah. I might be in town for that. I'll tell you the story. I got invited to mix at the Revelry, which is where when I think you came and saw our show the first time we met, and that's on. So I thought it was going to be closer to the 21st and the 22nd because Freeze the Fall plays the 21st. You guys play the 22nd. And I was like, if it's the 23rd or 24th, then for sure I'll be like in town. I'll come to both the shows. But it wasn't until like March 4th. I was like, oh, what a lame date. But that show got canceled. So now I'm like, maybe I'll just come out and just like be a fan and just come like watch y'all perform. Because great wine at Crown of Thieves.
Amazing wine.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Jordan took me for a tasting, and I literally got a case of like all assorted. They're all so good.
It's so good. And like I'm not even really a wine guy, but it hits different there. And plus that venue is so pretty.
It is. I feel so blessed to not only be opening up for Proper Man, who's amazing. Jason's amazing. He owns Crown and Thieves, and for Jordan, my bassist, and my producer for giving me this opportunity and making this happen. It's going to be such a great night.
No, I'm really excited for you for that. And yeah, I got to get more into Proper Man. I've heard nothing but good things, but I've only heard one or two songs. So
They're a vibe. Yeah, they're really classy, kind of like Peaky Blinders vibes.
oh, okay. I'm into that. Are you feeling nervous getting back on stage?
Um, I mean, for sure, there's that little bit of nervousness. I've got all new equipment now. I've got a Shure SM58 cordless. I've got my In-ear monitors. I've got like a vocal tuning pad so I can have a little bit of effects to kind of match the EP a little bit more. And, you know, things cut out and we're trying to figure stuff out still. So that part makes me a little nervous with the equipment. But other than that, it's going to be so fun. We're just going to let it all out.
Yeah, hit me up. I love working on all that stuff. I love troubleshooting all that shit.
Also a good reason to have you there.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
My buddy Craig will be there too. He's like a real tech nerd. So if you do have any problems, just hit him up. He'll be good.
Yeah, I know which Craig you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll tell you right now that on that wireless mic, when you take the capsule off, there's like a 0 dB and then there's like a minus 10 or 15 or something like that. Definitely have it on the minus one. Because if you don't already, definitely do that. Because if you yell or scream too hard into that thing, it'll just like shut off for a second.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So definitely hit that pad because it's just like you got to stick a toothpick in there and switch it over and it'll fix it all up for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I want to come help us out with the next rehearsal. So
Yeah, there you go.
much better.
How's rehearsals been going?
They're pretty great. I mean, we've got Ryan Lorkey on drums. We've got Colton Douglas on guitar and Jordan Chase on bass. I can't ask for a better band than that. They are so tight every single take, and I'm just like, you know, I'm the one trying to keep up.
No pressure though, right? So, okay, here's a question for you. Actually, here's an opportunity for you. How about that? Your little baby scream, as you called it previously, feels like it grew up a little bit in this one.
Oh my God, thanks for noticing. Yeah. It's kind of nice to have that in the first EP because you guys have no idea what's coming for EP2.
Horrified.
Like I never thought, like I didn't know I had that in me. Like it's so cool, and I've got Jordan to help me out with that too. So every time we're in the studio recording, I'm doing new takes, and they're like so much better each one.
It's neat though, right? Like that progression not only is important, but it's really exciting as a vocalist.
Yeah, I've got so many renders right now of like where I started to like where I'm at right now, and I'm like, okay, I can do better. Let's do it again, you know?
Yeah.
So that's great energy to have about it.
And those screams are feeling good though, no tension, no pain or anything.
No, I think I found like a nice tone for myself.
Nice, because yeah, that was a meaty scream in this one that came out today.
Yeah, I might let Jordan do it for the live. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how I feel that night. I'm maybe too excited to get out a gnarly scream like that.
That's fair. That's totally fair. So you told me that you've got someone helping you with like promotions and PR and stuff. You said you've done some other interviews. So like, what's all going on in Katerina land? Talk to us about what you got going on for this EP.
Things are gonna start unfolding now that we just announced the EP. I have my CDs and vinyl ready to go. They're on my website. You can pre-order them now. They're beautiful. Thank you, Kevin from Soft Target. What else? I'm with a PR company now called Atom Splitter.
Nice.
Yeah, female run. It's nice to have some more ladies on my team, and I have no doubt they're gonna be great to work with. We just started, so woo!
Nah, that's exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. And just trying to book some shows. I might have a show with FKA Rain from Vancouver. The female vocalist is pretty spicy. I'd be really happy to do a show with her. We're looking at probably February 27th at Jackknife. So
Nice. That's a sweet
Yeah.
venue too.
yeah, I've been there once to see it live, and it's pretty raw, which I like.
Yeah. So if you had like the choice, like if I don't know, the God called and was like, hey, who do you want to do a show with? Who do you want to tour with? Who would be like in your top couple here?
Ooh, of course, Spirit Box
Of course.
down. Bring Me the Horizon, or Bad Omens. Lamb of God, because they're my
Oh,
God.
really? Okay.
I think I have a ways to go, but yeah, they're one of my favorites. Poppy, I love her sound and aesthetic, and she's different, which I like.
I've seen so many posts and like YouTube videos about Poppy, but I haven't checked them out yet. So I'll have to hit you up for a recommendation after.
Yeah, I'll send you some links of my faves. And Ginger, Taki is a beast.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got such a celebrity crush on her right now. But like, what a tank! The song that she did with Spirit Box, that live one that they did, was like unreal.
One of the best performances I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned aesthetics. Are y'all working on anything? Do you have an aesthetic? Are y'all dressing up for the show?
Yes.
Yeah?
Should I give a little hint?
Yes, please.
Um, I was getting my purple hair done, and my stylist was like, "So are you going for like a dark Marilyn Monroe?"
Oh.
Like, yes, something like that. So picture classy and frosted with jewels.
Okay. Okay,
We'll
I can
see.
picture that. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Are y'all and I'm sorry if I'm giving too much away or asking blank questions here, but do you have any plans of like recording any of the live shows?
We actually are gonna record the live show. Yeah.
Nice. Okay,
We've got
good.
Daniel Abrams that's going to be there, and so far his concept's great. So I think it'll be really nice. And then also he's going to be filming an acoustic unplugged version of "Emotionally" in early February.
All right.
So that's going to be really nice.
And so I'm sorry if I should know this. Is Emotionally, is this something like one of your projects?
Yes, that's one of the songs from my EP that's coming out soon. I haven't, nobody knows about it.
Oh, okay, there you go.
You're gonna get a little hint. But yeah, we've got two more tracks to release after this one today. So
Okay. And like I've seen some of the numbers on some of these videos, like they seem to be performing pretty well. That's got to feel pretty good, eh?
yeah, like the numbers to me, that's crazy. I'm not huge on social media, so those numbers, I'm like, oh, so awesome. The comments are great. I had one funny comment when I first put out "Catch My Breath," and some guy was like, "You're like a trad wife." And I was like, I know I look a little classy or different. I don't know, traditional. Made me laugh.
You're gonna put that on a shirt. No, that's exciting. And like I said, I really enjoyed this video. I started the video off complaining about all the wires all over, and then lo and behold, they come and bite me in the ass.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the water thing and cables always freaks me out. Like, but anyways, but yeah, it looked great. The song was really cool. Your vocal performance and the melodies that you've been singing have progressively gotten more and more intense, but like they've gotten dearer and dearer to my heart. I think like this one, especially like in the outro, there's something about those like high notes you're hitting. They just like speak to me, you know?
Aw, that's nice. Thank you.
Of course, of course. And I mean that like with my whole heart. Like I wouldn't blow smoke at you. I promise. I promise.
Thank you. It feels so good to sing that song. I love it.
Yeah. And you said that one took like half an hour for Jordan to write it. You said Jordan wrote that one? That's
Yeah.
wild how that comes together. How was like the studio tracking and everything? Was that a pretty smooth process too?
So smooth. When Jordan knows, he knows. He goes, I got it. And he really had it. I was like, wait, can I add something? And then it was just like, no, like there's nothing to add. Like just let it be.
It's all
You know?
there, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's
He had
good.
it.
What do we have like in the near future? What else is coming up for you? You got a couple shows or a show at least, potentially a second show. We got another song coming, I'm assuming in like a handful of weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. And then in another 2 weeks, the whole EP will be out with House of Cards will be the last track.
Okay. And you said CDs and vinyls will be available on your website, so I'll have those links in the description box, y'all. Please check them out.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. You can go pre-save those now.
Oh, really? Already? See, I'm so behind when it comes to like the music marketing and tech and stuff. Like that is great to hear.
Like, I'm hustling hard. I'm going to like all of the record shops asking if they'll take my stuff.
How's that
Doing
been? Is it getting
cool
received
way.
well?
What's that?
Is it getting received well? Like, is that process going okay?
Yeah. So far, pretty good. I've already got a couple of shops in Kelowna and one in Penticton. So yeah,
Nice. What?
I guess today's the day I got to start sending all that stuff out. So
Yeah, I guess. Release day, it's always busy, isn't it?
busy. It's great.
So, like, ha- yeah, are you getting more and more comfortable with like the release thing? And I say this with respect to like your previous career and history in music, but like I know that up front, the first time we talked, it was really emotional, it was really heavy, but like you seem so excited today. So maybe not. Are you getting more comfortable with that? But like, how's that progression felt for you?
I want to say having my team, my core team, and then having this team grow and having more people for me to lean on during this process is so much better. Especially now that I've got a few songs out, I know how things work, and just nice to have a little bit of help. And it's just the whole team effort, and it feels really good.
Oh, good. I'm glad. And now you got your family around you too, being back in the Okanagan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my mom's been my rock. She came to New York for the last video shoot with me, so she's excited. She'll be at the show.
Was she on scene with you?
There's so many photos. I'll be posting some behind the scenes, and she was great. She was really good.
Because I just imagine, like, if I was a parent watching my like daughter be like reprogrammed or whatever was going on, like I want to know, I want to get in their head, you know, I want to know what they were thinking that whole time.
Exactly. Yeah. What's going on in there?
And I may have seen a photo of the boy being there with you too.
My man.
Yeah.
No, he was not actually. He stayed back for the last video shoot, but tomorrow we are flying to New York to do another video.
Back to New York?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Y'all on some bougie shit.
We're doing a video for House of Cards, and I have to go back with Black Wolf and Tom Flynn. Like, they're just amazing, and they work quickly, and they're a pleasure to be around. And honestly, like, New York, it's a bit further than LA, but that's okay.
Yeah. How long's the flight from where you are?
We got to do Seattle and then New York, so I think it's like 6 or 7 hours.
That's not too bad though.
It's worth it, yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about like I'm trying to plan a bachelor party. I'm not much of a bachelor party kind of guy, but I think I'm going to go to New York. I got invited to see like my favorite producer mix drums out there, and I was like, that sounds like something I would get behind.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he's a solid dude.
For yourself?
What's that?
For yourself or for a friend?
Just like whatever project. Oh, for myself. Yeah. For me, we're getting married in August, so.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. I'm really excited. We picked the busiest time of the year for the island we're going to. My family's from the East Coast, and like it's an island of 8,000 people, but in the summertime there's like 40,000 people. And of course, we want to get married in the summer on a beach. And it's like there's no hotels, there's no rental cars, there's not even like a holiday trailer I can rent.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's getting out of hand, but that's okay. It'll all come together.
Yes, you have to get rentals and everything. Like you have to get it all sent there.
Yeah,
and set up.
I'm getting sidetracked though because I want to talk about your man because I finally saw a picture of him. Dude is handsome. Dude is really handsome.
My Greek man, yeah, yeah, he is. And he's so sweet. He really is a great guy.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that he's having fun watching the whole music thing come together.
Yeah, he's not from the metal world. So it's funny. Like he's hearing me like progress in my screaming, and I'm trying to encourage him because he has a really low register as well. So, we have fun with it.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I find it. I knew that you were seeing someone or dating someone, I guess, but when I saw the Instagram picture, I like rolled by and then I like rolled back up. I was like, who is this?
That guy, 2 years now.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah.
What kind of music is he into?
He loves Arctic Monkeys.
Okay.
Metallica, and a lot of Greek music. Yeah.
I guess that would make sense. Probably exposed to more Greek music than you and I are on average.
Yeah. Just like for, North American music, he hasn't heard of, half of them, which is fine. I mean, we learn a lot from each other's musical taste, which is kind of cool.
Do you find inspiration in some of the stuff that he shows you that you may not have ever listened to otherwise?
Yeah, musically, it's beautiful. And it's actually not that easy to sing in Greek. Not in Greek because of the language, but because of the melodies. Actually, they're very complex. But it's kind of funny when you do some of the translation for some of the lyrics, they don't make any sense at all, or they are just like the cheesiest line you'd ever hear in English. But somehow they make it romantic and beautiful.
Of course. Well, and, like North America, we kind of have like our scales and like our things that like pop culture is kind of adopted. But then you go into like any different part of the world and they have their own exposures, their own melodies, scales, like everything, right? And I've been really starting to appreciate that more and more in my old age.
We've got the time too. We can
Yeah.
sort out everything. I know it's really great.
So you're headed back to New York to do another video. Are you doing any traveling this year, or have you planned any traveling just for yourself?
No, I'm trying to keep my schedule completely open in case I get invites to perform places. That's going to be my number one priority.
Nice. Nice. And like the Okanagan you're gonna stick to, you said Vancouver. Are you gonna book anything yourself outside of there?
We would like to definitely get around a little bit, depending on what the band can do. Yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah, I guess that's tough because like everyone's family people now, and I know Jordan's got a couple of
Fair
kids.
people,
Yeah.
they got their lady and their kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
You're gonna figure it out one way or another.
I don't want to lose them at all, but I'm sure if they're around here in the Okanagan, they're going to be there. But I guess that means I am a free bird if anybody that's watching um, does play and they want to perform live, let's link up and do some shows.
You heard it here. You heard it here. Instagram's in the description box, y'all. No, that's exciting. Do you have like it's hard to be like, okay, I've made it. Like I did the thing. I'm a musician now. Is there any like bar or anything that like you're gonna get to and that'll make you feel like that? Like for me, it was always I'm gonna do a show in Vancouver, and now I've done 2 or 3, and I'm just like I'm set. Like the checklist is done. You know what I mean?
Oh, for me, it would probably be doing a festival, just to be with that energy, all of the artists, that experience.
Festivals are dope. But you're talking like one in like San Diego or like one of the big ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's lots of
Yeah.
festivals around. I could get you on
There-
one in town here, but it's just a small town.
Yeah, a decent sized rock festival would be great.
They're really cool though, because like it's not really you don't really get a green room. There's just like backstage and front stage, and then there's just musicians everywhere.
Yeah, like where do you keep your stuff?
Yeah, in a pile, usually like roped off. Like you know when you're in the front of like a really busy movie, and they just have those like things with like the, you know what I'm talking about? It'll be like here's Katerina. What's that? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what you call
Those dividers or those partitions. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
partitions.
It'll just be like all your gear in this partition, and then like I don't know, falling in reverses will be over here, and then gingers will be over here, and it's just like in the sun in the open, which is horrible, but it's typically how it goes. It's kind of interesting. Big long table of water bottles, but that's like it's musicians, man. Like you know, we dress like it's glam, but it's always been that. It's always been shitty, rotten out vans and
Yeah,
back alleys and
you do what you got to do.
yeah. So the band that you're talking about or you're describing, I describe that as a 3-piece with a singer because you've got drums, bass, guitar, and then vocals, right? You're not playing guitar on anything?
No,
Nope. So
someone got to do backup vocals if possible.
yeah, and that's always the balance, right? Because like I know Jordan can sing. I don't know about the other two. Is he doing some backing vocals in your stuff?
He is, yeah, some backing, some harmonies.
Nice.
Yeah,
Takes a lot of pressure off though, doesn't it?
yeah, it just fills it in really nicely too.
Yeah. Well, then I think you're on the right path with like having some sort of like an effects box too, because like there's only so much someone at front of house can do, because their mind's going to be on a million things. But if you're in control of that, and if you have something that's pretty solid, that's a really good way of approaching that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still learning, but I'll get there.
One piece at a time, you know.
Yeah, even this stuff is modern for, let's say, Jordan. He never wore in-ears before, so I got him a pack, and he's like, I don't even know if I'm gonna use those. Like, I just give her.
Use them, buddy. You got to save those ears. We need those ears for mixing.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you used in-ears before? Is this like your first time kind of using them too?
The first time I used them was my performance in Las Vegas. And I was trying to really figure out, hey, do I want both in or one in, one out? I think that's the way to go. One in, one out.
So now, because I'm a nerd, one in, one out will create like a pressure difference in your ears, and it can cause fatigue over time, like a lot more fatigue than if you have both in.
Oh, good to know.
Just so you know. I know it's not as pretty being like if you want to pull your hair back or something, and now you have an earpiece in, but it is better for your ears that way.
Oh, good to know.
Yep.
Yeah, like now I'm experiencing, rehearsals with the guys, and man, do they smash during rehearsals. Like, holy, I'm blasted.
Yeah. That's again the nice thing about having like something in your ears, and eventually you can get custom molded, which is really nice. A lot more like deadening, or like it blocks out a lot more noise. But having anything to like prolong your ear health, because you don't get that back. That's the scary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In ears been a lifesaver for me. I've been using in ears for since like 2008 now. Like I don't know if I could sing with like regular monitors anymore.
Interesting. That's a long time.
Yep. They were not good. They were not as good back then as they are today. Like pick up some car radio or something in your ears while you're trying to perform.
Oh God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I'm kind of breezing through this here, and I don't really have a ton of other questions for you. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Go buy some merch.
Yeah. Oh,
Support me as an artist. They're really cool merch. They're very comfy. I got t-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, this huge blanket. You can also use it as like a wall tapestry, but it's very cozy. Yeah, that's one way to support me, also with my CDs and vinyl. And come to my shows. Come check us out.
yeah. Go see them. Make the trip. Make the journey. Great wine, beautiful scenery, great rock and roll. Can
Yes.
can confirm. Kevin Moore did the merch.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's done all of the branding, all the designs, CDs and vinyl.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I will be picking both of those up probably.
I'm going to give one to you.
Okay. Okay. You heard it here, y'all. You can hold her accountable. But yeah, I'll have all Katerina Nicole, links in the description box, y'all. If you can support, please check out something. Please order a shirt. Come see a show. It would mean a ton to both of us. I guarantee you. And I'm looking forward to getting this reaction out, seeing what everyone else's thoughts are. And I'm looking forward to the EP. And now EP2. Come on now.
Yeah, come on now. We're a good time.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course.
I really appreciate you.
Anytime. And y'all at home, I'll see you on the next one.